Yes, he's thinking now. Okay, now we are live. Excellent. Only 2 minutes later than planned, but that's not too bad. Hello and welcome, everyone. Anyone who had joined us last time and anyone that is obviously new to our live Facebook sessions, welcome to everyone. Now, we are trying a new system this evening, simply because we received several comments about obviously the camera, the overhead camera being one way, or even kind of things like how you perhaps see it, like the mirror effect, and obviously a couple of other points. And we decided to try this new system. Hello everyone. Hello Suzanne and Sheila. Well, it's been, I have to say, the technology can be stressful to some people like us. So, but at least we are live now and you are checking in. So I am so happy. Hello, Dee. Hello to everyone. So maybe I will be just chatting to myself and to you for a few more minutes and then we start. Hello, Maria and Beth and Paula and Renee. Hello, everyone. And Helen. Hello, Helen. Okay. Oh gosh, now I can start relaxing. That obviously you are joining in, so that's wonderful. And like I said earlier, that the system is working, so that's really, really good. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's loads of you now. Loads. Okay, Suzanne and Diane are wonderful. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies, and thank you for joining me this evening again. And well, this evening I have absolutely loads planned for you. Hello, Vanessa. Hello. Oh, I'm glad you're looking forward to it, because so am I, actually. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 demos prepared for you, ladies. Oh, yes, 6. Okay, but I just wait a few more minutes for everybody, for a few more of you to join us, and obviously we can start. Properly. Tim, I think, just tested if the volume works. So you can hear me okay. Any comments, anything you would like us to sort of let you know or answer this evening, please let us know in the comment box. Yes, I am well, Suzanne, thank you. And okay, so, well, welcome again, everyone. And onto our busy live session. Now, I'm going to show you what I have planned for you this evening, and I'm pretty sure I can actually make it happen. Pretty sure. So, but let me begin with my first of the demos that I will be recreating. This is my version of a quick and easy card. I know I don't make many of them, okay, but I'm going to show you, obviously, as quick, as easy as I can. So this is one of them. Could you have a close-up of the card samples? Okay, yes, of course. Okay, so that is one of them. Right, so I will try to come up to you closer. And of course, this is my second one. I hope you can see it. Obviously, every single one so far is dimensional. So that's my second quick and easy card. Well, this one is not as, well, they're all my quick and easy cards, but that's another one. And then after I show you all them cards, I will explain my logic. Right. Hello, Vanessa and Rona. Hello. Now, this one is another one. There you go. I hope you can see them clearly now, ladies. Let me know if that's okay. Hello, Sandra, and hello, Gwen. Hello. Right, so that is my fourth one. Now, this one, I love this one. Well, I like them all, but this one might be a bit of a surprising card for you, because this one is created using the star background. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So this is our full-sized star background die. And of course, you can see how sturdy it is for your cards. And yet, I did pop one or two items, and yes, they're not all that light. So obviously, we sometimes worry about the heaviness at the front of a card, so the card won't tip over. But yes, you can see for yourself, this is the strength of our card, and starry background, and one or two embellishments on top. And finally, and probably this is the easiest and the quickest card, and that's the one here. So what do you think so far, ladies? Now, in case you wondered what products I've used on these cards, one thing on each card that is really, what's the word I'm looking for? Common. No, that's not the right word. One thing that is obviously showing up in every single card is the craft jingle, because this evening I thought I will actually show you how far you can stretch your Christmas jingle paper pads. Yes. And I know you know that we get in 48 sheets in one pad. And I know I could be sabotaging a business here, okay? But ladies, I am very frugal. So when I craft, I like things to stretch, to do more than just the one thing, and take it as far as I can. So this is why this session this evening might be of use. So I hope you will enjoy yourself. What else can I say? I obviously will be using the Starry Night Die Collection and my all-time favorite dies, yes. And what else? Some embellishments, typewriter messages. I will be using the typewriter die messages as well. And I have the Christmas jingle messages as well, because on each card that I will be showing you this evening, I tried to incorporate different message. So you can see across all these 6 demos, basically, that, yeah, you can stick to just one message, but you can just go really crazy and just bring them all in and basically mix and match. So, well, I hope you are ready, because I'm going to start in a moment, but I'm going to show you first what I kind of pre-selected from my Christmas jingle paper pads. Now, so as you know, we have 12 designs in that pad. Now, I will only select 4 sheets. I'm using obviously the 12, sorry, I'm using the 8x8 inch square papers. And even though I have 6 different designs in my hand, I will only select 4. Now, I'm creating a different selection to my original cards. And this is a long comment. Can the cards on the dresser behind on your page? Yes, Suzanne. Most of my cards are posted on Facebook. They can also be found on our website. And if I am behind with posting some of the cards, which I am from the latest Starry Night collection, they will be on our Facebook very, very soon. Very soon. Oh, Patricia. Hello, Patricia. Well, hello to everyone. But back to our papers, and right, so I've got this gorgeous one, a little bit of red, a little bit of green. I have this stunning one with a little bit of music, red, green, and I've got, of course, I've got this beautiful Let Us Know ivory, creamy sort of page, and the Busy Poinsettia, which is lovely. And then I have this one, which is amazing. A little bit of gingham, nice border at the back, top and bottom, beautiful, and the dots. Okay, so 6 out of 12, and I'm making a new combination. So I am basically looking for 4 different designs. They're all matching, they're all beautifully complementing each other, but I will definitely go for these 2. I use my poinsettia on my cards here, so I may use this one, may not. Then I will definitely use this one. Okay, beautiful. And you can see what is happening here. So if I pop this one with this one, you can see that white and white is closer. These two are closer. We've got more, we're beginning to get a little bit of ivory shade here, as you can see. So therefore, I will then select, okay, another one with a little bit more ivory, and it's actually this one, okay? Right, so this is what I will use this evening to create 6 cards, but I promise you there will be more left for you to make after, okay, these 6 cards. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about using beautiful designs to create beautiful cards, and yet you will have stuff left. You will have bits and pieces left that actually, I am pretty sure, but you could actually make, I think, another 6 of them, if I am correct, but pretty much I think I am. However, without further ado, let me put these cards away. If you have any comments, obviously, and you want to post them, my assistant will let me know. Okay, so we're just going to switch. Yes, we're just going to switch our cameras to the overhead camera, and I hope it's going to work for you. So, well, there you go. We've got 2 screens and now we've got 1. We are not so sure about this camera, so please let us know what you think. This is a web camera, so let me know how you can see everything. And there you go. Let me begin our demo. Right, so 4 sheets, 8 by 8. And all I will need is my strong ruler and a pen. Right, where is my pen? There you go. Right, and if you pop them back to, if you have the back of your designs facing you, that will be perfect. And now I'm going to be measuring. Okay, so I know it's about 22 millimeters and 20 centimeters and 2 millimeters. That's what I meant to say. So I will mark somewhere just gone 10 centimeters. Sorry, not this one, this one. Okay, ignore this one. Right, and then I will mark just past 5 and then just past 15. Yeah, so I will do exactly the same thing on this side. Right, so just there you go. And the same thing here. And here. Now, one other way of actually measuring your sort of odd measurements is if you know you've got 22, let's say, you could actually move your ruler accordingly. So you're gaining a millimeter here, and then you've got extra millimeter there. But I'm just going to do it my way. So just come 5, 10, 15, and therefore each side is marked. Okay, now this technique, okay, is probably not going to be favorite for someone who doesn't like tearing. However, it's a tidy tearing because I will be using a ruler. Okay, so look, excuse me, look what's going to happen now. Align your sheets so they are as straight as possible, and having 4 sheets, okay, in your hand with 250 GSM, okay, it's kind of thick. There is a lot of thickness, so you won't be able to tear every single sheet at once. So you can give yourself 1 sheet if you wanted to, or you could give yourself 2, whatever is easier for you. Make sure you hold on to the ruler so it doesn't skid, and then you tear. All right, so I've got 4 of them. Right, I might as well do this again to give myself another panel, and then I will stop at this point. Right. Okay, I've skidded a bit, but I'm just going to realign again. Okay, and 2 more. Okay, right. Okay, so I've got 4 strips and half of my stack is going to the side. Right. Now, if I take just one pile of my strips, and I will take this one because I think it's marked. There you go. If you have a clear ruler, it does help because I don't have to make another marking here. All I have to do is just align my clear ruler line that I can see on my ruler and tear again. Right. All right. So that's easy so far, isn't it? And again, 2 and 3. And again, the same thing. And I'm done. I'm done for now, and I'm going to pop this pile to the side as well. So technically speaking, we're only using, okay, a quarter of a pile of cards that I had. Right. So first thing that I will show you what you could do using squares, something that I won't be showing you today because it's not as quick, is this kind of patchwork card. Can you see? Where you have 9 squares as a background on your card. Okay, so that's one of the options that you could actually have the card. So if we actually select 9 squares, and let's say we haven't got it, okay, because we've made that card, you still have loads of them left. Right, so the next card that I will create is this one using the rest of the squares. So all I'm going to do is select 5 of them. And so which one we can use as a 4th one? Let's say that one. Right, so I've got 5 squares. No, this one. There you go. So I still have squares left. And all I have to do is just wrap up my straight edges and put it to the side. And the same thing goes again here. So this way you can see, this way we can see, you know, there is so many possibilities. And I'm actually only using 4 sheets out of 49, ladies. That is, in my book, incredible. And now I will be doing a little bit of inking up as quickly as possible because, of course, we don't want to take too long inking up. However, I'm sure you're going to put so much love into inking up your edges if you wanted to. All I want is just a gentle frame on each square. Now, I know that when you're crafting, because I am not different to you, when you start trimming your pieces of card, there's always a strip and another strip and another one and another one. And we tend to put them to the side, and we tend to, you know, remember to use them next time. But as you know, there is never next time because there is another pile of strips and bits and pieces lying in a box, and the pile in that box is growing and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So there you go. So actually, if we have a system, a little production system, let's say, where we know what we're doing with our strips, okay, we can quite quickly produce something really amazing. So Now, this is one of them strips that I'm talking about, which I have from die cutting my Starry Night. So there you go. I have my squares, and now what I will be doing, I will be actually making an appropriate arrangement, however I want to place them. There you go. So a little bit of double-sided tape, and I will be using 7x7 Mont Blanc card. So we need to be just mindful how wide you're going to go with the with your squares, because even though I have my 5 squares, you don't have to have just 5. You can have 6, 7, and that obviously depends how closely we're going to place them or how far we're going to space them out. Okay, so if it's like this, okay, it's nice and tight. There you go. So you can add a few more, or you can perhaps place it on your DL card. You could obviously use it on your 6-inch square cards. Entirely up to you. However, that's just an idea and a suggestion for you. After this, of course, you will know exactly what to do. And of course, I am going corner to corner. And I've just got my 7-inch card in front of me, so I don't want to go over. So my card is literally my, what's the word I'm looking for? My guideline. Okay, and we're just going like so. And of course, we want to just make sure that they are more or less, obviously, within the same distance. But you know, you don't have to be like really super perfect about it, because of course we will do something else in a moment, and of course anything else will change things slightly. Okay, so I've got my kebab stick, and this is what I mean. I'm just going to use my kebab stick to curl inwards. We don't have to do on every single one, but I'm going to do on these 3. Okay, and I'm just going to lift this one a little bit, and that's it. So how difficult was that? So if you look at my paneling now, right, it's nice and flat. Let's say we wanted to raise, okay, lift the squares off a little bit. So for that reason, as you know, you would use a 3D pad, and it depends how far in or how far out you go with the pads. That what we're this is going to make a difference, because if I go more inwards, my thing is going to be raised obviously higher. My square is going to be raised higher. There you go. Can you see now? There you go. I hope you can see. I'm going to keep these more or less flat, because that's where my main arrangement is going to go. So there you go. So imagine making this card without actually even saying anything, because of course I am talking at the same time. So that takes time, and of course that delays the creation a little bit. But if you were creating this at home, you wouldn't have that problem. You would make this card in no time, and that is how simple. There you go. There you go. Let me tell you. Now, so I am actually going with my border, as you can see, vertically, but imagine having it horizontally. Okay, so the choice is yours, and the decision, of course, is always yours. Now, before I proceed with anything else, let me just give myself that little detail, because as you can see in a moment, this little thing will make a difference as well. So I'm just going for a little simple dot. There you go. I'm just going to go here here, dot. So they don't have to be even exactly the same. Here I'm just going to go, there you go. And dot. Right, so let me know what you think. Don't you think this makes a difference? Okay, there you go. So we're almost there. Believe it or not, we're almost there. I have this medium size reef clock here, die cut in this design, this one here, right? So it's beautifully matching. The only thing I'm going to do now is literally ink up the edging a little bit. And we seriously are almost done with a first quick and easy card. So I'm just inking up a little bit because that way, obviously, even this part is beautifully matching with the rest. And I'm just going to pop it just there. Right, so for now, because it's so see-through, my clock, I will just place a double-sided tape. And 12 o'clock, where do we have 12 o'clock? There you go. I'm just going to pop it here. On my original card, I actually used the smallest size. So here I'm using the medium. I am going to place a little bit of, even too much, but tiny amount of natural fiber. There you go, just like so. I have my bells, and this time I actually, I am going to leave them white. So I'm just curving my bell here and there from inside out. One other thing I have is the, I might actually use Merry Christmas, but this is the typewriter messages from a die set. So warm winter wishes I have on my original card, and Merry Christmas here. And finally, right, I have this lovely product here, which is a Thailand moth, and it's amazing. So a natural product, but it's very nice to be able to use that as well. And let me see what else. Okay, I think I will also pop one of the embellishment, one of the falls from the winter fall collection as well. So there you go. I have that, and I know what I need. I need 2 fern sprigs. That's it. 2 fern sprigs. Now, so obviously this green comes from the Woodlanders Christmas, but we can actually darken our sprig as well. I already have the green on my ink, on my sponge, so I'm just going to quickly add a shade to it. And I will also add a bow that I've pre-prepared earlier and a lovely pine cone. And that's all I need. My version of quick and easy. All right. Okay, so let's put everything together. So my bow is going to go first. Just like here. Right. And we just use the sprigs. Just like so. Just like so. There we go. My 2 bells. And again, I will offset them ever so slightly. So if I don't put any pad at the back, obviously more or less, they will be at the same level, but I could add a pad now, and that will definitely stop from flattening down. There you go. And now we're just going to pop right in the center of my rib, just like here. There you go. So I put the glue. Okay. And almost there. So my winter fall. Right, if you don't want two of your falls to be exactly the same length, all you have to do is snip it one place to make it a little bit shorter. There you go. And now obviously we're just going to pop, finish everything with center decoration. There you go. So that's my pine cone. I'm going to add a little bit of the fiber again, just a tiny amount. And Thailand moss. All right. So it's nice and messy. There is an artistic mess here. Okay, however, we get there. All right, a pine cone is going to go just here. With the pine cones, you just have to be patient and hold it still for a second or two longer, which I'm sure you know about. But that's the nature of a pine cone. All right, so now I'm going to go for I'm going to go for the Merry Christmas, because I already have warm winter wishes on my original card. Now we can keep it straight, or we can just simply curve it ever so slightly. And I'm just going to pop it just. So one blob of glue right in the center. There you go. Okay, just make sure it's straight, because obviously we are applying a message on top of natural element. That is one thing, but also, irregular. So there you go. So my ribbon is here. I'm pretty sure I am going to trim it a little bit, and there you go. So if you prefer seeing it on the actual main screen, I will show you what this card looks like now. There you go. Let me just adjust the bow slightly. And please let me know what you think. Okay, right. So there you go. So one card done. Now, which one are we going to make next? So I show you very quickly how to make a tag out of obviously one of our strips. So you remember the ones that already are trimmed into our quarters, but still in panels. That is one of them. I'm going to use it now for this card, and I'm going to show you something else. And I know that a lot of you ladies purchase our presentation boxes. And that's good. But I hope that you do not throw away those lovely circles. Oh, very stylish. Oh, thank you, Jess. Thank you. I hope you don't throw away these little circles that you're getting when you push them out from the lead side. Perfect card. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Okay. So this circle is what I will use to create my quick tag as well. And that's it. One is that you need, and then a whole bunch. So I'm just going to start off with that. Center. There you go. That's what we get. And of course, we're going to ink this up. And now we leave it to the side because I will use this tiny little waste. Oh, hello, Alda. Hello. Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying yourself so far. Please let me know. And on to the next one. So I'm going to use the A5 landscape card. You probably know how much I love landscape cards, but the original is here and I'm not sure. Okay, I showed you this earlier, but it's here. Right, so the panel is the panel, so that's obviously nothing complicated about it. And I will use actually slightly different panel, perhaps. But I'm going to show you something else from that panel, okay? And even though we may not actually use it today, you will probably use one yourself without a problem. Right, so this is the quarter of our sheet. And if I now, very roughly, even without measuring, find myself a middle, right? Now I've got this. Right, it's important because one will obviously be used later on as well. And could you let us know the color ink? So you okay? Yes, the brown one is the vintage photo, Distress Vintage Photo Helen, and I will be using antique linen here, right? And I think these are the and the green was the oh gosh, peeled paint, I think. Okay, right, so we have this narrow strip, and okay, strip is a strip and we know what we can do with them, but I'm going to show you something else, and this will be, you will find it on this card, okay, on my Starry Night card. I don't know if you can see it because it is the green strip. You don't probably see the, I hope you can see the fold, and of course it's not as easy to see it on the camera, of course, but I'm going to show you. Right, we're going to create a little bit of a letter M, and we can do this in the middle or more or less anywhere on that one particular strip, but we have to give ourselves enough room to complete the fold. And yes, I am going to be folding. So let's say I go 2/3 of my 2/3 somewhere on my strip, and I've done a first fold. Make sure you align the strips just like so. And then I'm going to go fold like this. And the way I do it, I always do the opposite strip at the same time. So I'm going to show you. So we have a letter M. Can you see? Letter M like so. Right. So now when you've got this fold, and I think it's about 1 centimeter, I am doing another fold on both sides. Like so. Can you see it? So now we have a bird. I think. Hello, Dorothy. Do you just use the 8x card cut size? Yes. Okay, that's right, Dorothy. I just use 8x8, and in fact, this is actually I don't know, one of our habits where we used to do customer shows, and I found all my cards displayed better that way, whether that's a square card, whether it's a landscape card, that way as opposed to sideways. So this is your 6-inch card, and I always decorate them like this, okay, as opposed to like this. because I found it easier and less likely for my card to tip over. But that's just me. Okay, I'm sure you find your way as well. Okay, so going back to the fold, so we've got it here, and now I know, it's very confusing maybe, but this is interesting, so I'm going to show you. So now I'm giving myself another fold, and again, I'm doing this very quickly, so another fold like so. Right, so I'm going up. So can you see what you're getting now? Like so. Can you see? Right, so nearly there, I promise you. And now, the fold that I've just created, always, as you're going back with a design, with a strip, make it a little bit less, like almost halfway. Okay, and everything is going to be revealed in a second. So the same length, just like so. So ultimately, I have a bit of a leaf, if you look at it that way. Yeah, that's what it is. But we're not going to use it this way. We are going to use this way. And if I now switch the camera and we go to overhead camera, you will probably see it a little bit easier. Okay. Oh, lovely. Another long comment. Lovely. Thank you for all your comments, ladies. Right. So if you want to reproduce this, okay, please have a look just what I've just created. And I read Maria's email. Hi, I found you on YouTube, so can watch now when my mum Renee brought idea of streaming to my TV. Good to do this. Can you wish my mum Renee happy birthday Sunday? Oh, happy birthday, Renee. That is such a lovely comment. Thank you. And I hope your mum will have the most wonderful day ever. So happy birthday, Renee. Okay. Oh, glad, Denise. Loving the demos. Thank you, Denise. I'm so glad. Okay. So normally I find things like that more complicated when I'm trying to explain than they really are. All you have to remember that the second fold you make, okay, is shorter than the first one. And afterwards you receive, okay, a beautiful fold like this. And look at this one here, right? So this is helpful. Believe me, this strip is helpful, not only from a point of view of design, which when you give yourself lots of strips, let's say 3 or 5, you can actually alternate them, and that will give you nice sort of interesting bounce. But also each layer here is also like a platform where you could create 3-dimensional effect by sticking something on top of it that you want erased. I hope I am making sense, and I'm going to have a sip of my tea, and then we're going to move on into our next demo. Okay, that's lovely. Right. So there you have it. And let me. Okay. Right. So here we are. This is the card. And this is my blank card. And onto this one. Right. Which one did I select as my trip? I think I'm going to go for this one. I think so. Nope, I'm going to go for the gingham. Yep. Right. So I have my gingham here. And of course, I could do with a little edging at the back of my gingham panel. So first of all, I'm going to decide on my length, okay, the length of my tag. And even though you think I could actually be trimming bits and pieces, well, that's not always necessary, because all I'm going to do, I'm going to hopefully keep this lovely holly here. So if I am going to go with my tag just here, okay, somewhere, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to fold literally my panel just like so, as easily as that, right? Okay, so I'm almost there. Now all I need is my little circle, which I prepared earlier. Now, if you don't trust yourself by literally using the same hole punch and punching through this hole, then we can do it separately. Otherwise, we can try to align it and see what happens. Right, okay. Talking about trusting myself. Let's see. That's what happens when you know someone is watching you. Oh, yes. There you go. And that is my top. Okay, my tag. All I have to do is just very quickly glue this part. I've got then very nice edging at the top. This will be stuck on in a moment, but now I will move on to the base. Right, and the base very quickly. Now, if you do these things like often, you will already give yourself a little center and a little template. But otherwise, marking myself just somewhere here, 2.5 with a tiny dot. And as you can imagine, all I'm going to do is go up here and join. This will be my template for the next tag, if I like the one I've just created now. But as you can see, it's pretty easy. And all I need to do is just rough this edge a little bit and that one. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick inking up and then we're just going to proceed. So this brown ink pad that I'm using is called Vintage Photo, just in case you've joined in and you are wondering. All right, a little bit at the top, done. And now I'm going to stick that bit on and we can move on. Now, just a little bit of the PVA glue, just simply dot, dot, and that will suffice. There you go. So this is done. And now we're just going to give ourselves a little layering behind. Now, so I'm using the half of my paper design, which I obviously torn earlier. And now what I'm going to do here, obviously I'm looking at the length and I'm going to be, as you can imagine, tearing. So this clear ruler is probably one of the best things ever in my craft room because it's so quick and it's so amazing. So there you go. So as you can see, I'm aligning this edge with that and here. And let's not forget that these strips are always here to be used. Right, so now this is going to be my back sheet. And I'm just going to, first of all, just glue it quickly to my paper. Right, and now I'm going to give myself this quick cut. Now, don't forget, I had a template for this particular triangle, but we don't have to. Just giving myself this and very quickly just edge, wrap up my tag. Now, what do you think about my tag now? All right, there you go. It's my tag. Isn't this lovely? Right, so now the last thing that I need to do, and of course we have this hole here. So instead of just aligning my punch again, right, I've got a pair of tweezers. And these tweezers are amazing because look what's going to happen. I'm just pushing in and I'm going all the way with my tweezers as far as I can go. And then I twist and twist, and then I'm going to pull out, and that is nice and clear hole. Isn't this easy? Right, so next thing is a little bit of ribbon. So I'm just going to give myself a sort of tag, kind of enough ribbon to give myself a bow if I wanted to. And there you go. There you go. Afterwards, I can obviously create a bow if I wanted to. Now, I also have, if you remember, this is one of our dies as well, and this is a beautiful dotty, nested dotty frame. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be lovely to actually add this beautiful border to my tag, just like so. So obviously we've got corners here, and what I'm going to do with this lovely corners, I'm just going to curve and follow the pattern here and do the same here. Right, so I will end up with something like this. This is my waist, and this is also very useful because these are the silly little things that we can do. But look, this little thing, it's perfect not only behind my gingham tag if I wanted to, or anywhere to the side, on this side or on the card, anywhere. All right, but let's stick this on first, and I'm going to use the hot glue gun literally for speed. And because the hot glue gun dries so quickly, I'm just going to do center first. Okay, and then I'm going to carry on with securing the sides. Right, so there you go. Well, I hope you are still here watching and enjoying yourself. There you go, and a little bit here. Right, so what do you think to this? All I'm going to do is trim this bit off a little bit here. And what do you think to this tag? Right, so it's ready, and I'm going to place it down on my base card. For speed, again, I'm using my hot glue gun. Right, there you go. That's lovely. So let's do this bit now, okay? And I'm going to show you what I was talking about. So obviously I'm just going to cut it here. All right, and I'm just going to cut it here. Okay, I'm just going to pop it like this way. So I need to trim this bit here. Right, so we can obviously wrap up the other side to be in sync with obviously every other wrapped up edge. I'm not going to ink up this one simply because I want to create 6 cards this evening for you. So I want to be as fast as possible. Although this will be a very interesting to see if I can, because you kind of look at them sometimes and you think, yeah, they are doable. You know, it is doable. But when it comes to practice, we'll see. Although I have my best intentions, of course. Now, and this is my largest sparkle snowflake die. And as you know, I love this one. And I'm going to show you what I was talking about when I said about lifting something off by using this lovely sponge. Bouncy thing. So this snowflake, I'm just literally going to attach to the edge here. Just like so. Now this smaller part is going to be attached just here, and look what happens. But let me attach it first and then I'll show you. So technically speaking, with this strip that I've just literally folded into something interesting. I don't need the pad. So look what happens. I have dimension. Isn't this interesting? Can you see it? All right, like so. There you have it. So I have more of my snowflakes here, and of course, let's proceed. Right, so I didn't push out the bits in the center because literally that is what I won't even see anyway, but you can see, you can push them out. And these are actually very interesting. They're like little hearts. If you are patient enough to actually pick them up and build something with them. And obviously I've got another one here, which is die cut in the same color card from the jingle paper, from the Christmas jingle. All right, so like so. There you go. I'm going to stick my white one on a 3D pad. So there you go. Just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to show you one thing. So my snowflake is going to be sitting right in the center. And before I show you the message, how I did the message, I'm very quickly going to ink up my church bells. So this is my second card with the jingle bells. Jingle bells. Love them. And very quickly inking up. Very quickly, just on one side. I'm actually inking them up on one side and putting them together. So obviously you can attach them together with the ribbon. You could use the rope die that you're getting in your die set. But this time, because we're making such a quick and easy cards, I'm actually going to glue them together with a 3D pad. So, and align just like here. And we're going to pop my bells just here. Right, so I don't want them to be stuck onto my tag because obviously my snowflake panel is see-through, so I'm lifting off here. There you go. So they can be bouncy. And finally, for this card, I will show you how I created this Noel message. Okay, this Noel message, which is a little bit bouncy. And I can use Noel, I can use Joy, but literally first thing I do is curve my Noel message. Then you need a scrap bit of card, white. This is this is the color from the actual typewriter messages. So all I need is something as narrow as the typewriter message. So look at this. I'm giving myself trimming my, there you go. So it's the same width, right? Here, now I'm going to create a little fold, a little bit of glue. And the thing is that the hot glue gun is the best because you get the instant result. All right, so again, we want the message to be bouncy. So obviously, somewhere where the bounce is here, I need to give myself a folded line, right? Like so. Before you do anything, you could just check it. Can you see what I'm doing? I hope you can. Yeah. Right. And now I'm going to this. Also curve this end slightly. And then go with your actual message all the way to the end. There you go. Can you see? So do you see what I have now? All right. And this is my message for my center. There you go. Nice, bouncy. In fact, everything is bouncy. Look at it. Everything. Now, I won't be doing the beading on my ribbon. This is very simple. You know exactly how you could achieve this. And also, it can be time consuming. So all I'm going to do very quickly is just to give myself a little bow. And we can move on to our next card. Right. So I have a message. If I wanted another message, I would add another message. But again, we're going to have different message altogether for each card. So there you go, everyone. All I changed basically is different cardstock. Obviously, I selected different designs from my Christmas jingle. And of course, I don't have the beads, but pretty much everything is the same. And yet it's a different card. Well, let me know what you thought of this card, everyone. Okay, please let me know. And we are going to move on into our third demo. So, oh, and one other thing actually you can find here is the border actually. So I used the nested dotty frame for the edging, and here I used the pom-pom borders. There you go. So that's the second demo done. And I wonder how we're doing for time. Okay. Please let me know if you're already tired. Oh, Tracy, beautiful. You make it look so simple. Tracy, it is simple. Honestly, darling, it's a bit like having a template, really. You know, if you're creating lots of cards and you have a bit of a production going on, then this system is the best, because for out of every single strip you get something. Okay, and when the designs are beautiful and they are matching, honestly, you can't go wrong. You are a very talented lady. So thank you, Rana. Thank you, Val and Suzanne. Thank you so much. Right, so my husband is telling me something, but I can't hear him. Right, so these two I think were the most difficult. Okay, so before I will crack on with my next demo, I'm going to show you something. Okay, and go back to my strips. Right, so we've got wide strips, but I know that for my next demos I will be actually needing narrower strips. So I will then, just like with the previous one, I will give myself a little torn effect in the middle again. And you will see why. Now, obviously, if you notice how I tore my music right at the beginning, it's kind of going against the message. So when you're tearing for yourself and you want the message to go down, obviously, that's how you start tearing your strips. But really, it doesn't matter at all. What I want to show you now is how to make beautiful scrolls. Yes, because they are amazing. Right, so let me just show you one, but I've created, I love making them, and this is a perfect timing to actually make one or two of them, because we will need them in the next demo. And here on this card, I have actually a set of 3. So that's my main focus point, the actual scroll and the lantern. And here, if I just go back to the actual first card I'll show you, that's in the middle of my poinsettia, which is one of the large poinsettias from the craft jingle. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the 12 by 12 format. Okay, so it's bigger than the 8 by 8. And if you want a bigger poinsettia, like this one, so this is 8 by 8 size card, and poinsettia is from the 12 by 12. I know, but of course, in size they grow slightly, and it makes sense. It really does make sense. But if you are looking for some interesting centers for your flowers, for your arrangements, for anything, then this next step should be interesting to you. Right, so all we have to do, and look again, I have this full length 8 by 8. Well, we don't need the full length. We don't. Okay, so you can cut it in the middle, or you can just basically tear it even by hand. And I've got the narrow one, so half of this one, right? Half of this one. And I'm going to do the same. Okay, and I have the dotty one. Okay, and I'm going to do one of these as well, half. Right, that's all. I mean, you could just sit in front of a TV and just basically create these beauties, because they're just so easy to do. All you need is something round, nice pen, pencil that is round. But even that is literally just to give you a shape, because we will be tightening everything in a moment anyway. So all you need to do, just give yourself a nice curve. We don't have to ink up just yet. We don't have to do any of that just yet. Okay, we're just preparing, doing the production line. Yes, we are doing the production line, ladies. Okay, so let me just, I've got that what shape there. Okay, I'm just going to snip a little bit out of this and give myself that as well. And there you go. Right, so after that, what we will need is a little string. Okay, natural, any color you want, in fact, but I think I never actually measure anything that precisely. So we're just going to give ourselves, let's say, 3 to start with. All right, and we're just going to start doing the actual scrolls now. So I don't know if you prefer the overhead camera for this, ladies, or you can see everything clearly. Okay, right. Okay, lovely. So where I have my fold here, or end rather, I'm just going to start with one end of my string and go around 3 times. Give myself a knot and double knot it. And almost done. So a little bit of kebab stick. I'm going to pick this out. And here. Now, at this point, you could leave it straight, just as you can see, and then ink up the edges that you see. Or, to make it even more interesting, you could actually pull this center out a little bit and ink up some more. So one is done. Right? Can you see it? So this is done. So let's make a slightly bigger one. And so the first curl that we did with the pencil is just to help you create the actual roll tube. Okay, it does help. There you go. Next one done. So I sometimes like to pull the center out, and if you can't do it from one side, then pull out from the other. pink up. These little beauties you can actually create as big, as small as you like. And each time it will be something very, very interesting. Little thing, just very little thing, but very interesting indeed. Okay, so we have 3 done. And again, if I need any more, I will come back to my strips and on to my next demo. This one will not contain actually the scroll. However, I can add one just to change things. So this is a Starry Night, nothing else. So I think the Starry Night die, it's about 19 centimeters square. And all I'm doing is actually aligning my die perfectly in the center. And there you go. Voila. So it's perfectly aligned. But we do need some center to pop a little message. This is why we need a panel. I'm going to actually just place the dotty panel inside. Afterwards, of course, you can add a little white panel. So visibly, your message will stand out, of course. Now, because we have a see-through background, obviously we don't want too much double-sided tape. In fact, I would think unless it's super fine, like 3 millimeter, it would be extremely fiddly to, keep applying and obviously removing the backing paper of the tape. However, you can, of course you can do anything you want to. I'm just thinking to myself that, we're only applying a small panel of card and good quality PVA glue will literally suffice. So my panel will go just like so. And you probably noticed that I didn't go with my glue all the way down. Okay, because literally there's no need. It's always nice if something like here is flowing. It just gives that sort of air. Right, so what do you think to this DL card? There you go. So nearly there. And now I need a nice panel. And of course, bearing in mind that my designs now have changed, because for these demos, I've selected different designs. I think almost apart from, no, I think all different designs. Yeah. So there you go. So this is the one that I just showed you, the fold. Okay, so I'm just very quickly going to do the fold again, very quickly, and I hope you can but if you want to go back and see again how to make this fold, then of course you can go back and see it. For this demo, I did it really super quickly, but I hope you can see how easy it is. And again, if you want to give yourself a little, obviously, tag effect or ribbon effect, you can. And I'm ready to go. Basically, that's my strip, and that's still working off the first 4 panels. Now, again, see-through, tricky, isn't it? So if you are obviously a little bit concerned about glue being stuck on through your see-through background, okay, then give yourself a little bit of acetate. Now, this one is actually die cut using the same starry background. Isn't this amazing? So we can do all sorts of things with that. But if you have a little bit of sort of old acetate, that's even better, because obviously your front will not be stuck onto the back. Yeah. But what I give myself some sort of indication where I want to start the gluing. And it's literally, okay, and then 2 panels. Okay, that's enough. In between. And so on. There you go. Now my beautiful dotty strip. And don't forget, I haven't touched these yet, okay? And it's a stack of them. Now, obviously, everything is wrapped up here. Okay, so if I want to tack this shorter strip below, obviously, all you need is the length of your strip, right? So, there you go. That's all I need. And that's the waist. Yep. Nope, no glue showing, but I will keep the acetate in place for a second longer. There you go. So with the PVA glue, we have to just wait a little bit longer, making sure that everything is dry. Unlike with the hot glue gun, that's not a problem. That gives me a time here to actually lift the edge of my dotted panel a little bit. And now, obviously, I can decide whether I want to add a joy message from my needle messages or Noel. There you go. And I think I'm going to go for the Noel. So a little bit of PVA glue again. Just like so. Let it flow. There you go. Yep. Yep. That's lovely. Okay, so there you go. So this is pretty much my base. And I mean, isn't this amazing? It's just scraps. But when we plan the process of using up the scraps, of actually, planning how we're going to divide them and what we're going to do with them, that is pretty cost-effective way of making cards, isn't it? Now, so this is my little Fascica poinsettia. And this one also comes from the 12 by 12 Christmas jingle. Okay, so I do like it very much. Now, on my original card, I only have half of my poinsettia, but of course, you can always trim it down to half when you need it. I have my fern sprigs as well, and we're just going to stack them up like just so. So I'm just going to fold them slightly, right? Because we are ready to put everything together. So there you go. My little dot with a bit of glue here. There you go. We need a little bit of natural fiber. Did a little bit. There you go. Isn't this amazing? I've already prepared a lovely bow. And we're almost done, I promise you. So easy, so quick. So there you go. That's my beautiful bow. Right. And now I've got this beautiful snowflake fall from a winter falls, and this is just going to be my main thing. That's what we're going to be looking at when we see this card. And then, of course, the starry background. I can't help myself, but I will use the Thailand moss. And believe me, even though the Thailand moss makes a little bit of mess, it's not the kind of mess you can really cope with. So you can actually use up all the small and short bits and pieces. And if you do have a little box, it's really helpful to actually, keep it in a box. Although, as you can see, I've got it in my bag. Right, so now I'm actually getting all the bits and pieces from my Thailand moss. Look, I'm squashing them like so. You will very quickly need to use tweezers, of course, for pushing your moss down. Right, and now I'm placing my snowflake fall just like so. All right, just like so. Okay, the one that won't stick on, it's not a problem because we can add a few other bits and pieces like the berries and beads. Okay, but we know what will be stuck on, and that's the main thing. Right. Okay, so we are here, and now on to my berries. And I've already fussy cut some of the berries from the 12 by 12 size as well. I've got loads of them here. All right. And I've got some beads. And all I'm going to do is just have 3 different red embellishments, really. Okay. So let me pop these things first in the center. So my big one, it goes here. And I'm just going to pop. No, the glue is already dry, so I'm just going to reapply. Grab my message. Pop one here. And here. Here. And now another berry. Oops, 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 oops. Quick. Yeah, just when you're using the natural elements like the fiber or the mosses, especially from us, then obviously push it in. Make sure you hold a second or two longer because obviously they need that extra time. There you go. And now let me just add one more glitzy embellishment, and we can then start on the poinsettia. There you go. So that one is here. Let me just see. Oh, it's lovely. And now you see I have a bit of leftover poinsettia, which I can now decide what I want to do with it. I mean, obviously you could pop it just like so, but we can pop it to the side, just like so, entirely up to you. Now on another note, we can actually curve a poinsettia just like that and see whether we want the whole poinsettia. And I don't. And you know why I don't? Because my main arrangement was always going to be my snowflake fall. So I want something that is delicate, something that is just a little bit less. Right, I'm simply going to cut my poinsettia in half and do what I almost did on my original card. And basically put it just like here. Right, and when you use a PVA glue or other glue, just make sure it doesn't go through your star background, and that's it. So how quick was that, ladies? Right, let me show you my next card as I tidy up a bit. There you go. So 2 cards, Starry Night. And what do you think? I actually really like this concept because I think this is the third background in a series of like shaped backgrounds. The first one was dotty background, then hard background, and now star background. And I really, really like the concept. And talking about the concept, imagine having a very delicate hard background. Okay, just a nice, quick, easy card for special lovey-dovey occasion. Right, so how are we doing? This is my 4th demo done. We are doing well. Right, so on to, I don't know, but I think we are going to do this one. And see how we're doing for time. I will definitely do 2 more. Please let me know how you're enjoying yourself. And are you tired? And I'm going to have a little bit of my tea. Stunning card. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Thank you. Oh, Letta, thank you. You're too kind. That is amazing. Thank you, ladies. We're going to use the scrolls, and not just one, but we're going to use all 3. One busy arrangement. Okay, so I have these 3 here. And of course, I am going to use the A5 landscape card, although I really wanted to create the 5x7. But then I've got the 6x6. Oh dear. What I did for tonight, I actually, put together a combination of different size cards. And so my husband is saying something to me. Stunning, Anna Marie, you are so talented. Oh, thank you, Paula. Thank you. Never tired of watching you. Oh, thank you, Gwen. Thank you. I can stay all night. Oh, gosh, I love you. No, that's brilliant. Because I did, honestly, I thought about obviously each size and thought about obviously giving you an idea of each sizes. So I just wanted you, well, I do hope, unless we're going to have a 5-minute break, perhaps. What do you think? 2 minutes break, ladies? No? You just want me to keep going, don't you? Okay. So let's go back very quickly to my 4 original strips. Okay, so I'm just going to give myself, knowing very well that they were about 5 centimeters each. Okay, and I know that for this particular card, I'm going to need about 2.5. So all I need to give myself, because I only need 4 strips, that's it. So all I need to do is a dot. So it's 1, 2, 2.5. Okay, and I'm going to obviously do the tearing again. So how about I use this side? Yes, it's a little bit greener, busier. Okay. See, that's my logic. Yes, it would be nice. So I am going for the original way of my thinking. Tearing it into 5 centimeters. And then 2.5 again. Right? I can see. More or less. There you go. And I promise you, they are getting a little bit easier. There you go. So now we have these panels to go and lovely strips. And for this card, I need to select 4 nice matching strips, which obviously can give me, okay, is it strong? Is it not strong enough? See, I'm looking for the red, and basically, okay, there you go. So, yeah, I think that would be, oh, I know the strip that I am missing. Yes, is this one, of course, is this one. Because if you remember, I used this strip to layer my tag. So that's what I'm missing, and that's why I have 4 unique strips now, and I'm happy. See, I don't need much to be happy, but 4 strips definitely make a difference. Right, so very, very easy, because now what I'm doing is literally tearing more or less like this each strip. Okay, and again, for speed, I'm not going to be inking up, and I'm not even overthinking too much about Denise could watch you for hours. Timothy. Oh, Denise, thank you. I don't know if I could talk for hours, Denise. I love talking, but I think I need a tea supply or something. I think I need to ask Tim to make me a cup of tea. Yeah. Oh, he's just reacting to my comments now, but I'm serious. I'm serious, darling. Right, so there you go. Can you see? So isn't this lovely? 4 strips. Now, please don't throw these bits away. Seriously, don't. Okay, that's another concept. Okay, so we've got these lovely bits here, and all we need to do is actually have a strip of card to secure it at the back. Now, let's go back to this original strip that I have here. Right, one here, and a little bit of double-sided tape. I know it's supremely actually narrow. Maybe I could do with, see how frugal I am? I'm exceptionally frugal, really. So there you go. That's my strip. And before I will actually use this strip for all my other bits and pieces to go on here, I make sure that this edge of my strips is actually roughed up. Okay, because the ruler, as you're tearing, is obviously slightly making your strip rough, but you know, I like to have even more sort of rough effect, which is understandable. I hope I'm a little bit with my card. I love them sort of shabbish. Okay, just like so. Right, so now if we get the order we desire, I'm just simply going to flip over like so. All right, just like so. And I don't actually want each strip to be perfectly level. No. So now my little strip here is actually joining them together. Look. So they are in one simple panel. Okay, right? Now, because they are attached so gently in one place, that enables me to actually add things here or there if I wanted to. And yes, I do want to. And I will add, okay, a pom-pom border die, which comes with 2 beautiful edging. One of them, because you're actually getting 3 dice in that set. But this one, it's a double pom-pom border. So all I'm doing is literally cutting it in the middle. So suddenly I have 4 borders. I don't need to use all 4, but I have 4. So I'm actually going to use just 3. Now, at the same time, you know, when you're actually creating other things, you know, and an everyday die, just like the pom-pom die, could equally just a scrap, just somewhere where you've trimmed, where you just put it to the side, okay? You could actually use the ornate frame, okay? So that's a classical example. I only have 1 strip of this design, and I really need 2 or 3. Hence why I have a pom-pom border, because, okay, I had them ready. Okay, so we're going to stick to the pom-pom border, and what we're going to do is, again, very quickly applying the pom-pom border to right here, middle, and literally on the edge, and all I want is the white edging to be behind. There you go, just like so. Right. Oh, thank you. My cup of tea. Thank you. So there you go. Can you see? Now, so I will lift my dotty panel a little bit, and I'm going to do the same, and I'm just going to apply the glue in the middle again, and just like so. Remember, some of my paper is already lifted, so it may look a little bit differently, but that's what I have. And I know where my main collection is going to go, arrangement is going to go. So all I'm going to do is literally go and apply third border to this edging here. All right. And I'm going to go for, no, I'm actually going to go for the delicate one again. So in the middle and just like so. There you go. Right. The trimming of my borders, I can obviously do that in a moment, but that's all I have. Simple paneling. And what do you think to the speed, ladies? Let me know. But now, obviously, we're going to trim the excess. And please don't throw everything away, because sometimes if they're long enough, just like with the previous card, you can use the diddy little things literally on something else. So, okay, just here. Okay. All right. So that's my paneling. And what do you think to this now? Makes sense, doesn't it, really? Okay. So that is just breaking the let's say the flatness of perhaps having just the strips next to each other. However, anything extra is really needed, to be honest. The pom-pom borders are so delicate that honestly it's great to have that. Now you could see that I am not going for the 3D pads. Why? Because I am actually attaching a heavy 3D embellishments, so I don't really want any more depth than the one that I know my scrolls will give me. Okay, and I know that I have to secure this bit. Now, normally I would probably use the double-sided tape for sticking this, but for speed again, I'm using the hot glue gun, so I have to be quick with gluing, as you know. There you go. Now it's nice, secured, done. Right, so this lovely message comes from Christmas Jingle Collection, and of course that's the one that I'm going to use in this creation. So I'm just curving it like so, and again I'm going to ink up. Now I'm going to ink the message up only because they, if you remember, I'm going to use the scrolls, and the scrolls are inked up as well. So that will be something that it will be matching. Now, I have this largest starlight lantern, and I'm also going to obviously use this in this design. And of course, I'm going to ink up as well, but only to one side. All right. And this is also another reason why I have not inked up my panels, because if everything was obviously inked up into brown, obviously it would be too samey, I think. Right, so what we're doing next? Next, we're going to apply this lovely, gigantic, largest size sparkle snowflake. And if you wanted to, you could obviously ink map as well, but I'm going to leave it flat. I'm just going to literally go to the top more. See, I'm dragging it up now because I forgot about my lantern. That's all. But that's not a problem. A little bit of glue showing here would be okay. Just making sure that this part of my snowflake is not flat, because obviously I know that I will need the access for my starlight lantern in a moment. Right, so there you go. So now we're going to do the smaller snowflake in white. And just in case you wonder what cardstock I'm using for a die cutting, it is either Mont Blanc white card, 350 gram, or the super smooth printer card. Right, and look, because I have these panels here, and if I know where I'm going to place my top of my lantern, all I need to do is lift a little bit of my did you see what I just did? Lift a little bit of the edge of my strip that is a little bit raised, and that's where my lantern is going to sit, literally on this lifted edge of my card. Okay, so there you go, just like so, making sure that it's straight. There you go, it is. All right, nearly there. Right, I have this beautiful cord here, red and white, and I'm going to give myself a busy double bow. So it's like a tiny thing. I've had this one for years. And of course, I'm making a double bow. So there you go. 1, 2. Snip this end. It's really nice and busy. There you go. Now, if anything is like coming off this cord here, okay, slightly a bit like that. Okay, I just removed it very quickly, and now on to putting everything together. Right, so my message is literally going to go below my snowflake here. So I'm just going to lift this slightly. Now, this edge of my message, if I just bend it, just like so, can you see it? I apply the glue here, and then I push it down once underneath my snowflake. So, just go inside. There you go. There you go. Is it straight? It is. Lovely. And now on to the center. So, a beautiful scrolls. I'm just going to trim the ends a little bit. I don't need them to be this long. There you go. Right. Ready? Yeah. And of course, I will use a little bit of my Highland moss. It's nice. And we are almost done, I promise you. So now on to the scrolls. Remember, because the scrolls obviously are a little bit an odd shape Not really, but they are, because you've got the twine, and then you've got the twine, and then you have the obviously card here. I think you just have to make sure that you push it down for longer than you might think you need, because of course they are hollow here in the center. So, make sure it's nice and solid. Right. So, and again, on my original card, I used 2 small scrolls. Okay, on this one, I have 2 large ones. But you see, the beauty about this kind of thing is that I'm going to show you that you can use 2 large, okay, and 1 small, and still make it look pretty. Okay, so let's go for the 2. Because let's say you, I don't know, you have forgotten about it, and oh no, I meant to do 2 small ones and 1 large one. Oh no, and I've done only 1 small one and 2 large one. No, it's not problem, not problem at all, because I now show you. Right, so I will, in the middle of my beautiful thing here, place this hot glue gun, well, glue from the hot glue gun. Now push my twine. I think I need a 2-minute break, ladies. Push my moss through here. All right. There you go, just here. All right. And D amount of fiber. Although every time I say D amount of fiber, it's always more than you actually need, because once you gather this fiber into like smaller piece, there's just always so much of it. Okay, and there you go. So I've got it here. Now, okay, I'm going to place my bow here. Okay. Now we see. The only thing is that we have to find out where we're placing the bow. However, you see, I don't have to place this bow on that side at all. I can place my bow this side. And that is where exactly I'm going to place it, because it will also be a good thing for you to see there is literally not that much wrong that we can create. All right, so I pushed it in, and now my small scroll is going to go just like so. Oh, like that, I think. All right. And all I need is a lovely berry. Because you see, normally when I craft by myself, I flip my card to the side, top and bottom, and I look at it from each side. But of course, when I'm doing something like the demo, I kind of forget about it, because I am too conscious about you being able to see everything or as clearly as possible. And you see, there you go. So my lantern, I think, is a little bit not straight, but there you go. I think it's fine now. Okay, so my next card is done. And let me show you. And then there is only 2 more. So, what do you think to this one, ladies? Brenda, tap all of your cards, absolutely beautiful. Adore your style and your stunning products. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much. Well, what do you think, ladies? What a fabulous masterclass. Oh, thank you, Dan. Thank you. But this is what I'm talking about, ladies. 3 scrolls, slightly different size. Okay, not what you perhaps planned. Even if you measured the center of your snowflake, you can't plan exactly 100% everything. little angle or anything like that. But yet, it's still pretty, right? So 2 large ones, 1 small. Okay, so how much more you've grown in confidence? Sorry, Diane, it's not that I can't read, it's just too far. And even though I'm wearing my glasses, it can be too far. Thank you, Diane. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Treasure. I really appreciate it, honestly. Well, sometimes, Diane, you just have to appear to be confident. Honestly, I was really, really stressed today about this new system, but it's appearing to work really well. So that's amazing. I can see my assistant is putting up the messages on the main screen. So that's really cool. So yeah. So now I don't know, ladies. Do you still want me to carry on and make 2 more cards? Or can I stop for 2 minutes and just literally have a quick break? Is that okay? Are you all absolutely stunning? Thank you, Sandra. So, ladies, I think I need 2 minutes break. Is that okay? And I promise you, I'll be back and we finish off with the remaining 2 cards. And oh my Lord, that will be a success. 6 demos in almost 2 hours. So I will understand if you're not here by the time I come back. I will. However, if you're still here, I'll be very grateful and really, really happy. So I will be back in 2 minutes, promise. Hello, hello, and welcome back. Are you still here, ladies? Well, I hope you are. I'm going to show you, in my mind, the easiest, the simplest, the cleanest card that I left for the end. Hello, Catherine. Thank you. I'm going to show you this card now, and then I'm going to do the one that obviously I consider less, well, or more complicated. Okay, you know what I mean, right? Okay, so I then show you this, right? This gingham card is a little bit bigger than the one from 8x8. And that's because, Celia, you deserve a break. Thank you. Oh, thank you. My husband would disagree with you, Celia, with regards to patient. But thank you. Right, so you can see the two different sizes in gingham. Can you see? Right, and that's because this one comes from 12x12 and this one from 8x8. But I do honestly feel that if you like this collection, I think it's handy, really handy to have both of them sizes. Okay, so from this part, I'm only going to give myself like five squares, 5 ginghams from the width, if you know what I mean. Can you see? Yeah, 5 of them. Right, so we're just going to prepare, and very quickly. And this is actually my waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just like so. Okay, and one like that. Now, from the leftover, and this is again what you can create using waist strips. I'm going to give myself 3, 3.5, whatever you feel you have. And I'm going to do this narrow strip first. And all I need to do is basically kind of find myself a middle, just very quickly, just the middle like so. And I'm going to use a double-sided tape for this middle here. Okay, so half of it. And I don't know if overhead camera would be better for our customers, but whatever you prefer. Right, so let me just, my Maya, my beautiful Maya, my dog is yawning. It's bedtime. So as you can see, I have this strip here. Okay, and I'm folding it in half very quickly. But with my bone folder, I'm actually stretching it outwards like so. Okay, holding the middle bit here, the middle of my strip, and then stretching out like so, because obviously you want something like that to go with the flow. So you don't go against the flow, you go with the flow, right? So now, as I have this bit, make sure the end is stuck on where maybe the double-sided tape didn't get to. Otherwise, if you're happy with that, just give yourself that loop. Okay, just like so. The glue. So this is ready. All right, so I have this prepared. Now I will be using the antique linen ink pad now. And of course I need the sponge. And why will I need this? Because if you look at my original card, I have this beautiful yellow ink pad shading inside behind of my lantern. And now, if you're very careful, you could actually flip over your lantern and basically give yourself a piece of card, and so on, and block it and ink up. And this is going to be the back of it. And then when you flip over, you're going to have a lovely sort of clean front. However, okay, if you use the lantern as your stencil and you give yourself something, a panel like this, okay, just like this, you can, obviously I'm just planning my design here a little bit. Yeah, you could use the waist, right, of your, I think that's straight. Now all I am going to do is measure if this edge is more or less the same as the other one. This is 3.7 and 3.7 and a bit. So did a bit like that. Okay, so there you go. So you can see what I'm doing, because obviously the lanterns are amazing simply because they're symmetrical. So once you've got a little what you call it, the template like that, solid template, you could do so many other things with that, like shaker card, like all sorts of things. However, for this demo, all I need, of course, is what I will be seeing. Okay, so the top that I've inked up, it's literally almost unnecessary. However, okay, I did ink up and is here. Right, so I have this done. You remove it, everything is nice and clean. So that's very, very easy, right? Okay, so we almost, no, we're not there yet, but we're getting there. And now I'm just going to have my beautiful strip, but I am going to rough up the edge, both edges. And there you go. And not inking to my edge, nothing. Just a double-sided tape. All right. And my tape is going to go somewhere here. I'm not too worried that obviously my strip is overlapping the inked up area, simply because I am going to place my lantern with 3D pads. So one at the top, oops. Just like here. And maybe DD one here. And then here. And then another DD one here. And you will see how lovely. But I'm going to use the PVA glue, really, because we need to align it perfectly. And as you know, the hot glue gun is, well, sorry, but I didn't leave my bottle upside down, and that is what happens. So there you go. And now just going to align like so. There you go. Right, so this is done. Now I have these lovely sprigs, and they do come from a pine sprigs. You know, they come with the pine cones as well. So all I have to do is literally separate them. I didn't need the pine cones. And I also have the smallest sparkle snowflake. I also have the flower sprigs. And with the flower sprigs, what I am going to do, I'm going to snip them out in a few places. So I want one longer one, one shorter. All right, there you go. So I'm kind of getting everything ready. And the last thing that I would need to prepare would be the message, but that will come in a moment. Right, so look what happens. First thing that I'm going to apply to my base card is this lovely ribbon. Isn't this nice? Now, this, if you think about it, it's the waist that you could have had. I know I've actually prepared this on purpose, but how many strips do we always end up with? Loads. So always remember that that's what we can do here and there, and they do look amazing. So one of my sprigs is going to go here. Here. my flower sprig is going to go here, and I love the fact that it's matching beautifully with my gingham, because this card is actually from the same collection, Christmas Jingle. So that's that. Now I've got my winter falls, so I'm just going to curve them a little bit as well. And we're going to do the base now, so I don't need this as long as this. And there you go, somewhere like here will be good. All right, this one, the bit that I've trimmed of my flower sprig, so you can actually shape it and create the tightness or the length to what you want to have, which is amazing. All right, so this is the simplest, quick and easy card that I've prepared for you. Now that's my obviously snowflake, and he is going here. Yeah, so right in the middle, just like so. Perfect. Okay. Now, even at this point, even if you wanted to leave it just as it is right now, I mean, you can see this is quick, right? This is simple. So I'm going to add these two. I'm going to stagger them slightly and then pop them one at once. All right. And then there you go. Now, almost the last part, it's my typewriter message, and I'm just trimming it down ever so slightly. And if we have, I'm going to use this waste, okay, just for speed. Again, I'm going to apply the hot glue gun. Right, I'm going to give myself a sort of fairly generous border, because that border I want to ink up using the same color ink pad as I did for the lantern. And that's obviously the beautiful antique linen. Okay, so this is my message now, but if I now add the color to it, suddenly it will beautifully match the rest. Okay, so almost there. And now let's place it there. Now for that, I need a little square 3D pad, and just pop in here. So I personally love a typewriter messages, love it. And for that reason, I'm going to flip over now my card, because it's easier for me to apply the message. And now I'm going to place my message just like here. Right, hold it, because obviously it needs to be glued on. All right, there you go. And let's do the centers of my snowflake. Right, and again, it's actually quite kind of nice to add 3 different ones, but I seem to have lost one of my berries. Let me just very quickly get on the bead. All right, so I've got 2 and a little gem here, and So 3 sizes. Obviously, I have to do this one at a time because I'm using, once again, the hot glue gun. If you use the normal PVA glue, you could obviously just take your time. And of course, I don't know about you, but the hot glue gun, when you get them little strand things, yeah, they resemble a little bit the natural fiber. Okay, however, there you go. And the last bead. Oops. We have to be quick. There you go. Right. So, unbelievable, but my 5th demo is done. My 5th demo. So this is the card that I created just now, and this is the original card. Look at that, ladies. Wasn't that quick? Wasn't that easy? Well, I hope you enjoyed this one as well. Now, most of these things literally are bits and pieces and easily achievable using those scraps. But good news is that we have 1 card to go. 1. And, well, I might actually change it ever so slightly. Suzanne, I can't think of better ways to spend an evening than watching you making. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know why I thought that would be, it's not going to take us any more than an hour and a half. I don't know. But I think what it is talking. When I create things, I think it just, the process of it without interruptions, like me concentrating on thinking, talking and doing, it's not as long, basically. So next time I will bear that in mind. But as I planned 6 for tonight, we will do 6. Again, very easy. And honestly, ladies, this is just almost like a good start to all 4 sheets of a Christmas jingle. I mean, I haven't even finished using it. That is the most amazing thing. So, literally, I'm doing myself a lot of harm because I'm actually asking you to cut down on using beautiful cardstock. Isn't this crazy? But anyway, never mind. I hope it's all worth it. So now, as you can see, this is the card that I will be doing as my last. I might change something right at the end, but what I wanted to show you is those beautiful little squares, stylish and beautiful. Thank you, Denise. Right, so this is your own background building. I am crafting as well as watching your lovely tutorials, and I hope your talent rubs off on me. Well, I'm sure it does. You make beautiful things, darling. Okay, but I'm glad to hear it. So that is wonderful, really. It's like everybody. Well, this is going to be probably a regular slot, Friday 7 p.m. And we are planning to have this slot every 2 weeks. So I don't, yeah. So hopefully I will have a lot of content for you in 2 weeks' time. But no, that's wonderful. So maybe if I tell you in advance what product I will be using, why not? However, you could always rewind this video and watch it again. And of course, I think if everything goes according to plan, we are, I think, streaming live on YouTube as well. But I haven't received any updates, so I don't know. But I've got you here right now with me, so that's wonderful. Okay, so the exciting thing about all of these cards is the fact that you have so much, and you each time can create something different and yet interesting. So if you look at this background one more time, okay, and I'm talking about the brown squares, torn squares, okay, as that I literally like trellis, okay, but torn. These are only 2 designs that I've chosen from my last selected card, and I'm going to do exactly the same with these squares, okay, because that's all you need. And I can't remember how many squares I used there, but it's okay because you can always give yourself some more. So these are the squares to remember. Okay, so I'm going to give myself the dotty one because I love the dotty one. And I think I'm going to give myself that one as well. Okay. And so, right, let's do these. So I am, right, if I do tear too many of them, it doesn't matter because I can use it to make something similar, okay, or the same, it doesn't matter. So literally, okay, tearing, if you can tear 4 at the same time, which is hard, I'm not saying, but doable, obviously, again, it saves you time. And now we've got half of your square and then another, half of your quarters here again. Right, so now on my original cards, I did ink up every single square a little bit. Now, but as you know, not to save time, but I'm going to keep it clean and I'm not going to ink it up. And then, of course, we can see how it goes, right? But what I will do, some of the edges which are not so roughed up, I'm literally going to add more roughness them. And as I'm talking to you, I'm looking at my original card and I'm counting how many squares I've used on mine. So I think it's 3, I think it's 7, I think is 10, I think. Right, so it doesn't matter, we can always add some more here and there. Right, but one thing it's for sure that some of them I did apply with 3D pads, okay, and some of them with just a normal PVA glue. So I've got 4, okay, so let's just give ourselves 10 of them. And one is a little bit more colorful. All right, and there you go. So 5 and 5, that's a good start. Right, all I am going to do is build. And what I'm going to begin with is the dotty one, just somewhere here. Right, this little square doesn't need a 3D pad. All I need is a starting point. And it's a starting point that I know where more or less my arrangement is going to go. So that's pretty simple, right? Okay, and now we're going to work off this square. So we're just going to alternate the design if we want to, but we don't have to. But I know as my arrangement is going to go close by, the ones closest to don't really need 3D pads. But there's no rule to anything. All you have to do is place them as you like them to be placed, and they have to make you happy. That's all. Okay, I'm just here to give you that kind of inspiration, to show you that little strips of card, amazing, and they can create an amazing background and results. So that's all. But whatever makes you happy, that is the most important thing. Right. So you see, I'm talking so much that I haven't placed a single pad on any of my squares. Right. So let's just very quickly, as I'm going off, it's just a lot of fun building these things. And your pads don't even have to be this big. They can be smaller because it's only a small piece of card. And it's a card, not paper even. So it will be nice and proud. And let's do, okay, last one here. All right, so I'm just going to remove the backing of all my squares. And I'm just going to pop my PVA glue, just a dot. Oh, I'm going to remove the paper of this one. Okay. And now, so what do we have here? There you go. And that's my... All I want is the music to kind of go the same direction, right? And I'm going to go slightly differently to, well, you think slightly differently, but you know, who knows? And this one is the dotty one again. So I'm just going to place it here. Voila. The similar thing to what I did with my first demo card, if you remember, I actually done a little bit of edging around outside of my squares. Okay, so very quickly, and of course, you don't have to do this right now. And the reason for that is that you don't really even know yet where exactly your arrangement is going to go. So you could leave this part right till the end, but oh, this one is not exact, but that's the beauty because it doesn't have to be. Okay, so I'm just going to literally do this on my outside layer, but once I have my arrangement done, I can always add. There you go. Just one dot. And what I'm doing actually is I'm actually framing. Right, but let me show you. Don't you think this looks amazing? So even if you had this card as a landscape, portrait and landscape, with this kind of creative background making, you can't go wrong, can you? You can't. So it's honestly absolutely amazing. Now, for my original card, on my original card, I used obviously the a scroll, and I haven't got one spare one, so if I have to make one, I will. But what I will do actually as a little change, and maybe even speed things up, I will actually use my stag and place the arrangement on top of my stag. So I hope you like that idea. But for now, I'm going to literally place my snowflake just in the middle, and just like so. You know, I do have a feeling that my stag will need 3D pad. Okay. On my original, excuse me, on my original, I used the two smallest lanterns, and you can see what a lovely arrangement this is. Excuse me, thank you. But it doesn't matter because I can also achieve exactly the same. What I don't want to do, however, I don't want to go anywhere else with my stag now to perhaps cover my background, because if I'm not careful, what I've created just a moment ago can be actually, you know, not ruined, of course not, but, you know, can be a little bit pointless. So thinking about it, what I am going to do, I'm actually going to just keep the head, basically. Okay, just keep the head and 3D pad, and I'm going to ink up my too big pad. Obviously, I'm getting a little bit right. So my stag's head is here. All right. There you go. Oh, I was going to ink it up. Right, that's a good example of forgetting something, and you think to yourself, oh no, what am I going to do now? I'll show you what you could do now, right? That's what happens. Leave this, pop a little card behind, just like so. Protect everything else that you don't want it to be dirty, and do the inking. Yeah, take your time, do the inking, and everything. It's not lost. Nothing is lost. There you go. Let me just go a little bit into his head, very gently. All right. And voila. What do you think? That's as easy as it gets. Now, at the same time, I've got a couple of the jingle bells here. I've inked this up as well. I curved it, but I think you probably saw me doing that on the demo card from 2 weeks ago. And now let's give ourselves some lovely scroll. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to go for a gingham scroll. Okay, because I feel I could do with a little bit more green here. And if you remember, I'm going to do the large one and only half of this. And literally, I might as well ink up this bit now. And your pen. We need a little bit of string. I have these beautiful Fassica berries from, again, 12 by 12 stock. All right. Okay, so that's what I have. I'm just going to grab some more that cord. There you go. And just going to do this. Okay, so where your scroll is ending, keep your finger there. And hold on, there you go. A couple of times to the knot. And obviously, you can have a bow if you wanted to. Let's create a little knot with that. Okay. So I have this little, can you see it? And that is as pretty as that. Now, obviously, I'm going to apply the glue to the back where my stack head is ending. All right. Now, this is beautiful dotty snowflake as well. And this is actually the smallest snowflake. So I'm just going to pop it just like here, just off my here. Right, I have this beautiful pine cone. I've got these Fassica berries, and I will add a little bit of, obviously, fiber. Yes, and tiny bit. Honestly, for smaller size card, you literally almost need like a thread, just one, and then keep folding it, and that's sufficient enough. Honestly, it's lovely. Okay, so now I'm going to place a little bit more of my Thailand moss, and just like so. All right. Okay, my snowflake is here. And there you go, almost there. And now just tilt it to the side. And all I don't want to happen is the glue to touch the base card, because if it does, that means that my arrangement is not going to be as bouncy, not as bouncy as I wanted to have. Okay, so there you go. This is what is nice and solid now. If the moss is too long, I could always trim it down a bit. Now I'm going to go for the berries as well, and we are, apart from the message, almost there. Let me just spin this around. I've got my little thing here, and there you go. Okay, now I'm going to place my what do you call it? My jingle bell there, and tiny red one. Okay, it's going to come here. There you go. Just All right. Okay. That's lovely. A message, just a little message, and I will be done. There you go. So let's have, what do I have? What are my messages? I thought I prepared my message, but evidently not. So, why don't we have season's greetings? Yep, season's greetings. Oh, dropping everything now. And there you go. There you go. So my message is just going to go underneath of my scroll. And voila. Voila. I think, apart from maybe a berry or two, I think I'm good. I'm just going to pop a couple of pearls on some of the corners just to highlight bits and pieces. And right, my card is flying off now. And then I am done. Okay, this is pretty unbelievable. 6 demos, ladies. I've been crafting for 2 hours. You wouldn't be able to see my desk. Oh, that's great, Judy. I'm glad to hear it. That's amazing. Oh, no. Thank you for your time and lovely card. Thank you, Kay. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. But these two slightly vary, ladies, and I'm just going to show you close up. Obviously, we've got the lanterns on the original brown background from a Christmas jingle collection. And then, of course, slightly different background on the card just now with the stag head on it. But yeah, I am pretty impressed. 6 demos. Honestly, that never happened to me. In 15 years, in 2 hours, I've never put together 6 demos. So that is pretty cool. Well, honestly, thank you, Sandra. Thank you, darling. I hope I see you next year. But well, I don't know if you do know, but we do have a YouTube channel as well. And apart from our Facebook Lives, we will be posting our edited videos on our YouTube. So please check it out, sign up, subscribe. It's free of charge, of course, but it's always great to see that you obviously like to watch what we put together for you. I mean, honestly, thank you, Suzanne. Beautiful cards. Thank you. I have enjoyed the evening. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Wonderful. Well, I really enjoyed this evening myself. Really have. And I am really chuffed with the fact that you're here with me tonight. That's number one. And number two, that 6 demos. Unbelievable. So, yeah, if you would like to share your thoughts, your comments with us, please feel free. We always read them all. So, obviously, thank you so much. And is there anything else I should mention? If you haven't got a Christmas jingle paper pads yet, please, you know our website, www. How many W's did I just say? Loads. Well, anyway, annemarie.designs.co.uk. So, you know, they're very versatile. Not only that, they're beautiful, they complement each other. But hopefully, if anything, this evening showed you that 4 sheets, 4 8-inch square sheets, and I literally haven't stopped using them completely. And honestly, ladies, please have a look how many bits and pieces I have left. Okay, so this is all from Well, I have a little bit of mess here, but yeah, there is more to be used, more to be created. So once again, thank you very much. And I hope you join me again in 2 weeks' time. So have a good night's sleep, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.